Hello and welcome to another episode of my BB-8 build guide. Today I'm in my shop back at home, or my dad's shop I guess, and I will be using it to make some precision machined aluminum parts for my BB-8 chassis. We've got just about everything we could need in here. We've got a milling machine, lathe, drill press, bandsaws, belt sanders, table saws, chop saws, vertical bandsaw, planer, joiner, CNC router, mini CNC milling machine, MIG welder, you name it, we can probably make it in here. It's a pretty amazing place to have to work. And today I'll be showing you guys some of the stuff I'm doing on the milling machine and how I'm manufacturing my BB-8 parts. So let's get to it. So here are my BB-8 chassis parts with my rough assembly. I knew I was going to be too impatient to wait to assemble them, so I 3D printed these brackets out of some ABS plastic just so I could throw everything together to make sure that it fit more or less. But they're not going to cut it in the long run, so I have to remake 4 of these brackets plus maybe some spares, and then 2 of these and 2 of these and maybe a spare of each. And I'm going to make them out of 6061 T6 aluminum on the milling machines. So this is the command center, if you will. We've got a computer mounted up on the wall, and then triple monitors. We've got one for when we're working on higher level stuff, or we want to be looking at like maybe the whole CAD model and we're assembling something. Monitor down here, which is typically where we do our work of actually like CADing something up or dimensioning a drawing. And then the one behind me is almost exclusively used for looking at dimensional drawings while working on the milling machine. So the first thing I have to do to manufacture these parts is I need to cut some aluminum stock down to a smaller size so I can then start squaring it off on the milling machine. Okay, so now I have made 2 pieces that are 5 plus or minus 0.02 of an inch thick and with 2 parallel surfaces. So I'll break these edges off with a file, and then I will cut both of these pieces down to the correct height. Okay, so now I have machined the another surface down. So I've got 2 flat surfaces. I've essentially created 2 rectangular prisms, plus or minus 1/1000 of an inch. So now I need to cut these into 2-inch long sections so I can go ahead and mill the parts out of them. So now I have to use the milling machine to mill each of these surfaces down, and then I will reference off of that edge and machine them all to length. So now with a bit of chamfering and tapping the holes, all of these are done. So it's pretty late, it's about 2 a.m. So I'm gonna go to bed here and then keep working on the next set in the morning.